G'day guys. LS400 UCF 20. It's coming apart. Lots of little videos, so if you want to look at individual bits, I'm trying to keep them short, a bit like me. We're going to strip pretty much this motor down. Got to call it an engine. We're going to strip this engine down, give it a tidy up, external refresh, then slam it back together. Back in the car, make it run, make it awesome. So let's get these exhaust manifolds off. Fingers crossed I don't break too many more bolts. That's just what happens. 425,000 Ks, bolts break. So let's get into it. So tip of the day, put some CRC or penetrant onto the bolts yesterday. As I can't go back in time to yesterday, I'm doing this today, but I did do it yesterday as well. Cover first. Woohoo! Covers off. We can get the coolant drains out of the way. The dipstick is going to be in our way, so that will need to come off. Having a container of coolant under the vehicle is a sure way of dropping bolts. And I find the rattle gun is the best way to do this sort of stuff. So these are a UCF 20, quite distinctive because these back two ports on the right hand side are joined together like so. They're relatively compact, more compact realistically than the UCF 10s, but just a different design. Not as compact as a Sora or SC400. Oh, you wouldn't believe it, that's the nut from the EGR job, stuck. Because someone had stripped it before me. Right, I'll be back in a moment. Tip of the day, stuffed nuts, throw them away. So the dipstick needs to come out. This one is going to be interesting. There's oil leaking out. So this dipstick, I think, has had a leak in the past, hence the silicone around it, and the O-ring is rock hard. Another video, that will do in sumps, shall we? And I'm just going to pop that bolt back in there. Right. Next is to undo some bolts. Some nuts, actually. They're nuts. Definitely soaking them in a penetrant of some sort. So this one here can't be accessed with a socket. So once it's been cracked, little ratchet spanner is the way to go. And then out with the rattle gun. You will see what's remained of the engine mount on this side. And last bolt. And off she comes. That's real simple. Let's have a look at how much carbon we've got in here. Look at it. Just caked. And on this side, you can get at all of them. Temp fake. we're not going to drop any nuts into the oil. Don't get cocky. There we go. For exhaust gaskets, there is a big hole and a small hole. They do interchange to some degree. These ones actually look like the bigger of the holes, similar to a 2UZ. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know that moment when you realise you've just said something and the people that are paying attention are going to go, what did he just say? Did he just say different size holes in the exhaust manifold? No, I said different size holes in the exhaust manifold gasket. Gasket. The heads, same size holes. This hole, same size hole. You can see here there's a big build-up of carbon right around there. And then the gasket's been sitting out here. Okay? So the gasket has got a big hole. Here's a gasket with a small hole. So this sealing ring sits in a different spot. We'll put the big hole over the small hole. So there's the big hole gasket over the small hole gasket. So where it lines up on the manifold is slightly different. Hopefully I caught that one before I can cause any confusion. While we're on exhaust manifolds, we're also going to take this exhaust manifold, this exhaust cover heat shield off under here. Look at that. So that exposes the oxygen sensor wiring, the loom for the starter, and there is our block drain. Right, manifolds are off, oil's draining, that's for another video. On to the next job.